So, Ms. Na'mat, if you'd like to provide an overview about the scholarship program offered by the government, and then we'll open it for a Q&A.
Yeah, hi, Asil and everyone. I'm glad to be with you all and to join this lovely event for our students to seek the studies and certificate from USA universities. About our scholarship, we have every year we have a plan to send our students to study abroad through 25 countries all over the world. And they've been chosen from a department of in the higher education, and they will in the new plan they will be the majors what the labor market need our students to study. So when they will come, they will serve on the labor market for their needs. And there is, of course, a certain conditions for the students to gain the scholarship. Of course, it is the score in the high school, plus unconditional offer, and the university which is listed in our scholarship list.
Thank you so much, Ms. Na'mat. What about the scholarship list? So as far as I know, there are 3 types of lists.
Right.
So can you provide us a brief about these, please? Thank you.
Yeah, we have a list which contains 275 universities. This is for bachelor scholarship. And there is, this year, they make a separate list for the postgraduate studies, and it is 104. And of course, all these numbers is from the top ranking universities and college in USA. And we have a list for the pre-approved. And it is, it's a huge number. It's 699 universities. And of course, we have online also. So this is the fourth list. We have online also list for, and it is 155 universities for online study. And this one also, they have to gain a pre-approved from the Ministry of Education and Higher Education.
Thank you so much, Ms. Na'mat. So with regard to the online list, so this is a new list?
For online, no, they did it, they do the online since 2017, you know, like 3 years ago.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So with regard to the pre-approved list, so some of the university representatives, it wasn't clear to them what does it mean to have a pre-approved list. As far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, it means that the student needs to talk to the ministry and provide all the information about the type of the university he's applying or she's applying for, and they need to get approval from the ministry to join that school, right, or that university.
Yes, they have to take the, like let's say like the green light to go ahead and to study with a comfortable, that in the end they will equalize their certificate, if it's a bachelor or master or PhD.
Great. And there is a list.
Apply it online, of course.
Great. And there is also a list which is the one that has more than 500 US universities. This is for self-funding, right? If students are ready to pay from their own money or their family money, they can
join this university. Yes, because
great.
You know, the scholarships, it's for a certain majors.
Yeah.
And some students, they will not match their abilities or what they want to study, so they can go to study in their own expense. Yes, and they have to apply for pre-approved also.
Okay, great. Also, there were some questions about like how can universities be included in the approved list. So this is a question that we received.
Okay, list. Yeah. this list, it's, you know, how we prepare this. It's not our department. There is another department who, you know, ensure the high quality standard for our student to study abroad. And this one, how they get this list, they have it from the let's tell me, a university is eligible for scholarship list if it is ranked by the US News and World Report within the top 250 in national universities. So we're taking this information from the national universities in USA. So we take it from there only. So the 250 top ranking university, this is the one which we, you know, listed in our scholarship list or pre-approved. Not the pre-approved, sorry, the scholarship only.
Scholarship, so that they get totally funded by the ministry or any institution that's going to sponsor them.
Yes.
Right.
But of course, there is the list for the, you know, for the Ministry of Interior and Force Defense. Also, they have also their list, you know, for their scholarship.
So they have different lists.
Because they have a different also, because they have a different, you know, study for their own needs.
Yes. Yep. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. So we hope that, so any other information you think that that would be useful to school counselors in Qatar or representatives of US universities about the scholarship program in Qatar? And of course, there is this the scholarship program that some people might be interested in, is just for Qataris, right?
It is abroad, yes, just for Qataris, yes.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Namet. So there is a question here. For small non-ranked schools, do we need to be on any type of list in order for students to apply to receive scholarships? So there are certain schools, by schools we mean here universities or colleges. They are small, they are not ranked. So what do they need in order to be on those lists that students can join and can get scholarship to
they have to work, you know, because as I mentioned, because we choose the top 250 yes. university, which is listed in the national universities, top yes. 250. So they have to work on themselves to hire their level in which they can, you know, meet the standard to be in the scholarship list.
Get it. So you rely on the international ranking as well as the ranking that's made about US universities.
Yeah, the national universities of the USA, the ranking itself.
Yes, get it. Thank you so much. So please feel free to share your questions in the chat, or if you would like to unmute yourselves. If you would like,
I will write down my email for any further, you know,
thank you so much.
For any more question.
So for me, I'm Essie Logeli. I'm from Education USA Qatar, and Ms. Namat, she is representing the scholarship office at the Ministry of Education and Higher Education. She is a consultant at the scholarship office. So she's students counseling consultant, and she just provided some brief overview of the scholarship program that's offered by the government. Also, there are some other scholarship programs that are provided by other ministries. And also, Ms. Namat, as far as I know, there are also scholarships offered by private sector. Just like there are certain banks, there are certain companies here that offer scholarships to their students.
Yeah, like Qatar Airways, Airways as well, QB.
Yes. Yes. But these are separate from the scholarship program by the ministry.
We are the government scholarship for the government sector.
Yes, great. And for these students, so they would sign, they once they get cleared and they get the scholarship, they need to sign a contract so that when they get back, they have to serve
serve.
and yes, and work in that institution that sponsored them for the same period of time. Also, there
Yeah,
was something that Dr. Khalid Al Ali mentioned yesterday in the opening meeting or the welcome meeting, which is related to changing the major. So some
during the study, you mean?
yes, when they get the approval to get the scholarship on certain major, when they go to the States, sometimes they change their major. So what advice do you have? What recommendation do you have?
You know, it's some student, they don't have the enough, consultation, so they will choose the major which will for scholarship, you know what I mean? And always in the beginning of the universities, the first year, it will be common, they will study from, if they are in the engineering college, they will study like mechanical, electrical, so then they will find themselves that their ability is not the one they chose and they signed the contract with. They want to go for something else. Here, the student will face a problem, because when he wants to apply to change his major, then we have to go back for the Ministry of Labor and contact the sector itself to take the approval of the student if they don't mind to change his major. So it will take a time, So that's make our students, not comfortable in their scholarship in their first year because they are not sure if this is the major they really want to study and they find themselves in that, major.
Get it. Thank
It
you
will
so
take
much.
time, but we can't promise if this work will agree for changing.
Yeah, and of course they need to notify you and notify the cultural attaché as soon as possible so that this process would take shorter time.
We give them, make it clear for them, be sure from what you want to study because this is your future. It's not about scholarship only.
Yeah, great. So there is another question which says, do you have students from Qatar that will attend the schools that are not on the scholarship list? So do you think that there are Qatari students who are studying in the States or will study in the States? And they did choose universities that are not on the list, approved list, or the scholarship list. So
they will go for some else university, you mean? It's not listed anywhere,
not on the scholarship list, yes. If it is a university on the scholarship list,
they will do it on their expense, yeah?
Yeah, but would it be approved when they get back? So would it be acknowledged, let's say?
In the beginning, when they want to go to study, either they take the scholarship, either they have to take their pre-approved universities. If they will go and they don't care about, do the correct procedure, when they come with their certificate, it will, sometimes they go to court to find a result. But better to be safe than sorry. They have to start right.
Yeah, so they have, whenever we advise and talk to students, in fact, we tell them that if they are Qataris, they have to consult first with the ministry on the approved list and universities that are approved by the ministry, because it would like when they get back, it wouldn't be approved or it wouldn't be acknowledged. So they have to take care of that. So I hope, Sandra, I hope that you got the answer to your question. So if Qataris go to the States and they study on their own and they select an university that's not on the scholarship list, they have to do it on their own. They have to pay from their own money, and they would face difficulty if they would like to be. What if they are self-employed? I mean, if they study in a certain university that they like and they find the program is quite fit to their own needs, and then so they get back and they have their own business, so they don't want to be employed by the government, would they face any difficulty?
No, of course not. They have their own business, like family business.
Yes,
They can do whatever they do want to. But you know, life is changing. You know, the world is changing. You know, we can't guarantee that this business. I hope so. Yani they will continue, but the family job maybe for any reason. So it's better to have their certificate, which is
approved and acknowledged.
approved
Yep.
in their country at least.
Thank you so much. So one of our participants said, I'm planning to do MSc and then PhD in product design. Given I have BSc mechanical engineering from Texas A&M, what products or programs available for me provided by the government? So he is like basically studying mechanical engineering, would like to pursue PhD and master. So what types of programs are available for him by the government? And he's self-employed. He's not employed by any entity in Qatar.
You know, the postgraduate scholarship, it is for the government employee. So
Okay.
they have to be nominated by their sectors. Okay, then he can apply for scholarship. But if it is a student and without, and he's not employee, there is also a certain condition that he have to be with a high GPA, and he have to get a acceptance letter from Amiri list. There is an Amiri list. This is also. Then there is a committee for scholarship. He have to take the approve from them. We can't tell him yes or no for the scholarship.
It's a case-on-case basis.
He will take the decision.
Get it. So Hamad, I hope that you get the answer that you are looking for. So another question is a student able to request to be sponsored to attend a small school which is not on any list? I think like we already get the answer that, so if a student asks for sponsorship to attend a school which is not on the list, so obviously you said they cannot be sponsored.
They can start their 2 years, in the college, one of the colleges, then to continue to the second 2 years in one of the listed university. Also for non-Qatari, I'm telling them to be in the safe side. Also, you will study in your own expense. Go for one of those universities. We have 699 pre-approved. They don't need to obtain and pre-approve. This is only for Qatari, but to go to study on one of those. Because if their plan and they are already settled in Qatar, so it's better to be one of the listed university for them.
Get it. So the 699, are they all US universities or is it a list for all countries?
No, this is the USA universities.
Yes. Okay, this is the pre-approved list, which is the list that they need to get approval ahead of time. And would they get scholarship from the government in this case, the pre-approved list? Or no, they have to pay?
I did not get that question.
So the 699 universities. So if students choose to study in these, so do they get sponsored by the government? Do they get scholarship, or they have to pay from their own money?
No, of course not, because this is pre-approved. Some of them are listed on the scholarship,
Yes. Yeah.
The scholarship numbers is 275 universities, while the pre-approved 699, and some of the scholarship universities in here, and the 699.
Get it. Thank you so much. So another question. So Abigail, so I hope that you got the answer. And I'm not sure. Okay, great. Thank you. So there is another question. Are the majority of scholarship students undergraduate or graduate? So what is the percentage? So how many students get scholarship from the government, from those who do their graduate studies and those who do undergraduate studies?
If they satisfy the condition, if we have 1,000 satisfy the conditions and the numbers of the majors wanted from the labor market, because there is a limited number,
Yeah. So, I mean, yes. So the idea is like, do you have a specific number of limitation to the number of scholarships that you offer each year?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, there was a limited number because, as I told you, the scholarship is related for the, labor market needs. So each sector from the government, they have a certain number of engineering or whatever they want to.
Medical, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if one of the schools or higher education institute, colleges or universities is one of those colleges, one of those US universities, US universities or colleges is on the pre-approved list. So what is the procedure to be added to the scholarship list? So as you mentioned, there is 699 in the pre-approved list. So one of these, they want to go to the scholarship list. They want to be added to the scholarship list. How can they do it?
Because there's, as I told you, we choose for the 200 from the 250 top universities.
Yes.
From the US News and World Report. If they are within the top 250 in national universities in USA, so they will be listed in our scholarship list.
Get it. Thank you so much. Yeah. The idea is that here the ministry relies on the ranking that is made for different universities, and they rely and they select the top 250 with the scholarship one and top 600 for the pre-approved. This is what Ms. Namat is saying, and this is what Dr. Khalid Al-Ali also said. So any other questions? Where can we find the national and Amiri lists? So, Hamad, one of the participants in the session today, he is asking if, okay, it's on. So he is asking how can he get a copy of the national and Amiri list? So they are on. Have they been published on your website or still?
Yes, it is in the website, the Amir list and the national universities, all on the website of.
Okay, they are on the website of the Ministry of Education, Higher Education. Yes. Yes. There was a question in fact, this is directed to me. So there was a question saying, if we attend, are we going to have, I think it's a student who is confused. Dunya, in fact, there is no certificate of participation for this session because this is meant just to provide an overview about studying about scholarship program. And the scholarship office representative is just answering questions. دنيا حبيبتي ماكو شهادة مشاركة أو حضور اليوم لأن هذه الجلسة هي فقط لأجل
تخدمهم. هالجلسة تخدمهم يعني.
بالضبط، هي لتوفير معلومات لكم حول البرنامج البعثات الحكومي، فهي ليست لأجل تطوير مهارة معينة أو شيء من هالقبيل، وإنما فقط خدمتكم وتوفير معلومات. Sorry, I'm just using Arabic because I got the question in Arabic, so forgive me for this. So any other question? So feel free to ask any question that you have in mind, since we have Ms. Namat, who is representing the scholarship department at the Ministry of Education, Higher Education here in Qatar. I hope that we answered all of your inquiries and questions. No worries. Okay. So I think we have a question. Okay. Really, I need to check. So Kelly, I need to check the list because really I don't have them at the top of my head. So yeah, so there is a question about Marian University. Is it on one of the lists? So we need to check.
We have the list, yes, Asila.
Marian.
Do you have the list?
Yes, I do have it. So Ms. Hanan sent it to me. Yep.
Good, yeah.
Yes, so Kelly, I'll check and get back to you. There is another list of approved universities. Yes, so the idea is this. So there are three lists. There is a list which is called Amiri list, which is for the high-ranking universities. It has just 30 universities for UK and US. 21 of them are US universities. This is Amiri list for high-achieving students. There is another list, which is the approved list, which has 275. The pre-approved sits here 275, right? 75 US.
275, yeah, for
Yes.
bachelor degree.
Yes, these are for bachelors and for the bachelor degree. And these are approved by the ministry. So students who would like to apply for these universities, they can get the scholarship if they meet the requirements by the ministry, like if they are Qataris, if they have a specific score and so on. There is another list which is called pre-approved, which requires the student to get the approval from the ministry, but it has 699 US universities. But the pre-approved, within brackets, self-funding. So they have to pay from their own money in order to attend these.
As well as the 155 for the online.
Also, there is 150 line list, 155 universities that are in a list which is called online list, those that provide online programs. Okay, welcome. So there is a question. So some people, if someone is interested to discuss his or her own status, so how can they meet with you, Ms. Na'mat? So whether they are eligible or not, how would they get some answers to some extra questions that they have and to discuss things with you?
Whether they are ready. My email again? No.
Yes. Hamad, there is an email. So Ms. Na'mat shared her email and she's going to share it again. It's Ann Al-Faiz. I can copy paste it, no worries. I think.
N.alfaiz@edu.gov.qa.
Yes. So Ann Al-Faiz @edu.gov.qa. So you can email Ms. Na'mat. You're welcome, Hamad. So Ms. Na'mat is so much is very prompt in answering, in fact. And yeah, she has been really helpful and attending lots of our sessions and helpful in general. This is her characteristic. So if you have students here, just know that there are some other webinars and you can go and join other webinars. And also we encourage you to go and visit different booths of different universities. And there are also testing organizations that would talk to you about the standardized tests like TOEFL, IELTS, ACT, SAT, and GRE. So you can go there and visit them if you're interested. Dunya, sorry, again, we don't have attendance certificate. ما نوفر شهادة حضور لأن هذه الجلسة فقط لأجل مساعدتكم بالمعلومات حول برنامج المنح الدراسية الحكومية. So in fact there isn't, so Abigail, there isn't, so is there a link and a website where schools can apply to be added to a pre-approved list? I don't think that there is such link. So correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Na'mat. Is there a link?
Yeah, there is for a pre-approval. They have to apply it actually online. If they go to the Ministry of Education website, you know, the main page, there is a choices in the top. One of them is our services. If they in our services, they will be, they will open a page of the service of all the Ministry of Education services for the education, for the higher education, and they will find there the how to apply for the pre-approval list.
Okay, so let me just check it while we are here so that I will see if I can share it. If I can share my screen.
Good.
Okay, let me see if I can. Yes, there is this one. So let me share my screen just to make it clear to our participants today. Yes.
I'll share with you also my colleague Abdullah Al-Muqbali. His number is, he's very helpful also if they want to call him.
Oh yeah, please. So if you have an email. So do you see my screen? Do you see the? So this is the ministry website. So Ms. Na'mat is talking about our services. This is our services.
Yes.
So
Go to public service, yes.
public service portal.
Okay. See if you here leave the education, go down, scroll
Yes.
down for the because I don't have my glasses. Okay.
خدمات التعليم العالي. So
خدمات التعليم العالي.
قائمة الجامعات المعتمدة للابتعاث الخارجي, maybe this one. Or
No, قائمة الجامعات.
الابتعاث الحكومي, there is one which says الابتعاث
No,
الحكومي.
هذا حق التقدم للبعثة. في اللي هو حق تعرفين ليش محطوط الحين؟ مش محطوط الحين لأن they close, they don't accept any application.
Okay,
Yeah.
get it. So
there is a certain time for it, but they will find it here.
So can you please, whenever it's like it's open and they can apply, so can you please just let us know so that we can share it with the university?
You know, because this is another of a department. It is this. This is for the with another department. I'll give you the name and the number of my colleague in that office. 440 45852.
Sorry, 440
440 45852. His name is Abdallah Al-Muqbali.
852. Sorry, 440 45852. What is his name?
Abdallah Al-Muqbali. He's very, very helpful.
Great. And
always when he find a missed call, he will come back to his desk and he will call all the missed call. He will find it in his telephone.
Great. Thank you so much. Let me just check. So with regard to the government scholarship program, so those universities that are on the online list, so is this list covered by the scholarship program or not?
No.
It's a separate one. So is this funded?
This is non-funded, no.
So they have to fund it. They have to fund it.
Okay. Only the full-time study.
Full-time study, but they have to pay from their own money. Okay, get it.
No. We give scholarship for the full-time study. The online.
For the online?
This is not funded. This is on their expense.
Yes, the online is on their own expense, right?
Right.
The online.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
The online is not covered by the scholarship program.
Yes. Right.
Yes. Get it. Okay. So the question might have been covered, but if an applicant is interested in attending a U.S. college not on the scholarship list or pre-approved list, and they plan to self-fund their education, are they allowed to apply to that school or do they need permission? So in fact, yeah, so Benjamin, yes, they have to pay from their own money and they have to take the risk that if they ever think, because this is, we asked Ms. Na'mat this question earlier. So if they choose to study in a university that is not on any one of those lists, so pre-approved list or approved list or MOE list, so they have to pay from their own money and they have to take the risk that if they ever think of being employed by the government, their transcript and their degree wouldn't be acknowledged by the government. But non-Qataris, who are the majority here in Qatar, this condition doesn't apply to them. So Ms. Na'mat, and correct me if I'm wrong, so because I asked this question earlier to you, so if a non-Qatari applies to one of the universities that are outside of all those lists, do they need also their degree to be acknowledged or it's okay for them? Unless that they are employed by the government.
No, they don't need to do these steps for their certificate.
Yes.
But as I said, it's better let them study in one of the lists in the safe side.
Exactly. Your advice and your recommendation is that they had better choose one of the universities on one of those lists. Okay. You're most welcome. Okay, great. Yes, thank you so much for a question. So any other question before we wrap it up? And we hope that we were successful in answering your questions, inquiries, and If there is any confusion, we help to clarify, and feel free to, Ms. Na'mat is very nice and generous, and she shared her email. So if you have any question to Ms. Na'mat, or if you have any question to us, feel free to email us. So for us, I think you already have our email, but I'm going to share it again, like in case you don't have it. So our team, doha@educationusa.org. If you need anything, we are ready to help you. And in fact, we are like the bridge between the team here and the teams in the States. Thank you so much for joining us, and wish you all the best. And we hope that there would be really good turnout today, and everyone would benefit from this year. So if you are all okay, I think, so that's it. Thank you so much, Ms. Na'mat. Thanks a lot for this overview. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Praveen, for the help.
Yes, my
Thanks a
pleasure.
lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, you all have a good day. Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye.